So the Bleach game got an updated trailer today, and I know I made a video about this before, how I was a little upset that it was another 3D arena fighting game, but after this most recent trailer, I'm definitely a little more excited about it than I was before. With this new trailer, we kind of got to see a lot more of the gameplay mechanics, and we got to see kind of how battles played out. And it's actually a lot more unique than something like the JJK game and even like the Naruto or Dragon Ball Z fighting games. And honestly, the combat looks pretty cool. I'm into it. It feels a little bit more like Bleach-esque than like, say, just like a standard 3D arena game like the PSP games or that Wii game that we got in the States. This one is definitely a lot more about breaking down your opponent and then kind of just overpowering them until you win. And there's a lot of different comeback mechanics as well to kind of help balance the scales. Now, this in itself is very Bleach in the way that fights play out, because a lot of times in the fights, it's either one dude is super overpowering somebody else, or it's a complete slaughter, but then somebody turns it around last second, and then they come from behind and win. That's exactly kind of what these fights look like. And there is almost no better example than the fight that they showcased in this trailer, which was Ichigo versus Byakuya. Seeing as that fight, Byakuya was winning at first, Ichigo then pulled out his Bankai and then completely started decimating the fight. And then Byakuya did his Bankai and then was decimating Ichigo. And then Ichigo turned hollow, decimated Byakuya, so on and so forth. So it's honestly pretty cool that we're getting fighting mechanics like that in a game instead of just being fully focused on a health bard who can whittle down the other one first. And the ability that they have for this, is kind of a little weird of a name. I believe it's called Konpaku from what I remember of the trailer, and probably pronouncing it wrong, and I apologize. But looks like you start off the match with about 6 of them. Not 6, 9. And if you destroy one of them, then it kind of turns the battle in your favor, and then your opponent becomes a little weaker. But then there's a come from behind mechanic to where you can reverse, and then you can just be a little bit more powerful. I kind of like this idea a lot, especially because I am not a pro fighting game player. I suck at fighting games. I could never play something like Street Fighter or Tekken in my life, but I do like to play the games that have a good story. And I'm a huge Bleach fan, so I absolutely love the Bleach story. So I'm kind of thinking I might be actually gobbling up this game when it comes out. Like, I'm honestly a little more excited about it than I was when I first made my video. Now, would I still have liked something else? Yes. Definitely would have still preferred something other than a fighting game. But the fact that they are doing something unique shows that they understand kind of where games went wrong with something like the JJK game and the My Hero Arena games. Showed that why those games failed, and so they are doing things to kind of circumvent that to where they will not make the same mistakes. The gameplay itself looks good. The graphics and visuals look astounding for an anime game. Like, this is truly like the first next gen anime game that we've gotten. Now, I love this generation of console gaming. I think it is one of the best generations of console gaming we have had in a long time. But I will say, a lot of developers do not put in the time to really showcase the PS5 visually. There are some games, like I just did the Demon Souls video on my channel the other day. That game still holds up incredibly well for visuals, and that came out in 2020. It looks way better than Elden Ring, which came out in 2022. And then there's like other games like Banishers of New Eden where that game is amazing, but the visuals are just nothing impressive. So the fact that a lot of games still look like PS4 games on PS5 is a little weird, but this game truly looks like it is like a PS5 game, which I am super pumped for. In the first video I made on this topic, while I did complain a lot about it being an arena fighter, I was pretty much split straight down the middle between excitement and annoyance. Due to the fact of, I just love Bleach, so I'm just happy you got a new game, and I was annoyed that it was an arena fighter. Now I'm leaning just more towards excitement after this most recent trailer, because this game looks fucking incredible. The fact that the fighting is different, that it really is true to Bleach, and just the abilities that you can do while fighting showcase how well the developers understand the series that they are making a game for. Like, I'm just super pumped for the game now, and I'm going to try to cover it as much as I can for the announcements as they come. Honestly, now I'm just kind of more excited to see what's going to come next from the game. What type of characters we're going to have to fight with, how far that it's going to go in the series. Is it going to touch 1,000 Year Blood War, or is it just going to end at the Fullbringer arc like the original anime did? I'm pumped for this. If we get to see Fullbring Ichigo when he has the short sword and use that as a playable character, I'm going to lose my mind, because that is one of the coolest Ichigo forms we've ever had, and it is showcased so little in the manga and anime that I think it is criminal. So if we get to have that as a playable Ichigo and see how just like different that character is from base Ichigo, I'm all for it. That's what I want to see going forward from the announcement of this game. I want to see some character reveals. I want to see who's going to be playable. I want to see if it is purely story mode or if there's other modes. I'm pumped for the game now. So any doubts that I kind of had before, I got just shoved out the window with this most recent trailer. This video is going to be pretty short, pretty much not going to really have a whole lot after this. I just wanted to make an update about my feelings on the game and just kind of announce that I'm going to be covering the game more and more. If there are anything that you want to see from me, like any games, anime that you want to have me cover, I'm thinking about making a Dragon Ball Daima video, so that'll probably come out within the next week. Again, just wanted to kind of throw my updated feelings on the game after the trailer. I think the game looks effing sick now, so I'm super excited to see what's coming next. If you agree, or if you want to have a discussion, like the video, comment down below your thoughts on the Bleach game, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.